What's up guys, Gordon Briley here, and hopefully you just finished installing your HelloFit system and you're ready to learn how to set it up. So this is just a basic setup guide, and we're just going to go over some of the different functions and show you different ways to adjust it. The first thing we'll start with is I have my bench here, the one that we sell, a seat rest and then the bench itself. Whether you have your own bench, the one thing that you're going to think about is you can put your bench inside of the rack, whether it's a flat bench, but you're definitely going to need to make sure that you have room to where if you put the seat upright, like you're going to do a chest press, an upright chest press, that the bench can go back far enough that you can be at the upright or slightly just behind, or else you're not going to be able to utilize the system with the bench the way that you would want to. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of that. But now we're just going to talk about how to adjust different parts of this for different exercises. There's a million different things you can do, so this is just kind of a basic setup. But if we want to lower the arm for different types of exercise, I'll use a bent over row as an example. So I'll take the handle off and then flip it upside down, so this portion is facing down, and then we can extend this down to whatever region, whatever distance down feels right for that movement. So there's a lot of different ones, like I said, so that's stuff you're going to be able to play with and then figure out. I like to always make sure for most movements that I at least leave 2 holes within this receiver arm. That way it's still pretty stable, relatively so. If I'm doing like a row, just a body weight row, that's the only time I'll really stick the pin in the very last hole through this arm, is when I'm just doing something that's body weight, whether it's push-ups. That way you still have pretty decent stability. With these arms being telescoping, you'll see when it has no weight on it that it'll have a slight bit of play, but that's going to be there because with it being able to telescope, if it was such a tight tolerance, then you wouldn't be able to slide it in and it would just tear the crap out of this. So that's completely normal to have some slight movement. Once you kind of you prep for the movement and just push a little bit of tension, that all comes right out of it and it's super smooth. So just know that that's normal. When you have weight on it, it's going to kind of shift within that receiver arm just a little bit, completely normal. So setting this up, very simple as you can see. And for different movements, different people with different torso height, stuff like that, or your bench, this is just completely adjustable in that way. And so let's say a bench press, if you want to press more of a straight line, so here you can lower this down slightly depending on how tall you are, and then shoot for a very specific angle on a press. So if you want to change it on the fly, very simple. Now it's very much an incline, where before it was actually more of a flat press. So the more you go, the more it will actually represent different types of chest presses for this example. So that's just one way to adjust it with the chest press. If you have your bench, again, it has to be able to fit back far enough. There's adjustment pieces on the back side of this, and I'll show you that. I'm just going to move you guys right over here. And now we can see this arm. And now this actually is farther away from you. So depending on where your bench is, how that fits within the system that you have, this allows you to actually push it away from your body some. So like on a chest press, you can actually get into it and be comfortable and not have to struggle with your arms way back here. So that's really adjustable. You can go, I like to press it right against this, makes it simple, and get it closer to you. So now the next piece is this. What is this for? We're going to move this back out. Now this is just a stopper. One, it's rubber, it's a hard rubber to protect this upright, but also when you have weight on here, the way that it pulls this a little bit sideways and it locks it right in place. It is possible if you set it just right that it can slide just a little bit, but for the most part it's going to stay right where you want it. So depending on how wide your torso is, stuff like that, you can push this in farther and it's going to put this handle farther away from your chest so you can slide in easy. You can also set it out here. You know, if you're setting something up, you just want it out of the way, you can put it on the outside. Just watch this, the head of the hex bolt, as to not have it scratch up your upright. So this, again, is just an adjustment piece. So now here it would sit farther in. So that's just one of the adjustments there. Most of this is going to be just kind of trial and error and figuring out what it is for the movement specifically that you want to be doing and making adjustments. Again, the handles you can put any different way, whether it's upwards. So this is a grip that I would do during like a row. Whether it be for a press or a neutral grip press. Always make sure that your pop pins actually lock into place. Just shift them around a little bit or just visually look at them and make sure that the pin is actually all the way in. So that's a piece of cake. And that's really kind of just a basic setup. Like I said, there's a lot of different things that you can do, and I would love for you guys actually to share video of the different things that you guys like to do on it, as long as they're safe. So enjoy and let me know how you guys like it. Thanks for watching.